Good morning, everyone. Welcome back to another I'm Gonna Pack It video. We have some pretty fun stuff to pack today, and we're gonna start off with a poster. This is a blacklight poster, and I'm using what is this? 16, 12, 10? Yeah. I've shipped all of the blacklight posters like this, and they've all made it fine. I've shipped posters up to, I think, up to $200, and this method has been clutch. It takes a minute, but it's way stronger than I used to make like a triangle thing, which could be a little faster sometimes, but this method right here I found is like super durable, and yeah, it makes me very puts my mind at ease packing them like this. Because I don't sweat it. I don't worry about it making it where it's going to go. The only thing that takes a minute, like this part is easy, where I'm just making the box longer. The other thing I need to do is I need to make this flap a little shorter. And I can just kind of eyeball that. You know what? I'll just use the ruler as a straight edge. I can just kind of eyeball this and mark it up, because we're going to have some extra flap here because this is the width of it. So I could probably go about here. All right, how high up is that? Yeah, that's like 2 3/4 inches from the bottom. I'll go ahead and measure that out, because if I don't, I'm probably going to cut through to a certain extent. Okay, and then I can just kind of eyeball this part, getting it straight. Okay, and then I just need to cut off that little bit of extra flap. And like I said, this does take a minute. It's also kind of a fun pack too. I have fun with this pack. So I've done it a lot, and most of it has not occurred on camera, of course, because I haven't filmed these I'm Gonna Pack It videos since we started buying and selling all these posters. But I've done this same exact pack, I don't know, like 15 times in the past month. Okay, here we go. So now we just fold it out. And this is also going to involve a resize. So now we have our length correct. Try and pick y'all up a little bit so y'all can see what's going on. And then we can just fold this stuff down. Okay. And doing it like this box ends up being like super duper strong. And if the poster was longer, which I did have a couple that were a little longer than this. This is like standard size, I think. I did have occasion to have to do a few that were a little longer, and what I would do then is I would just hook 2 of these together. Okay, so now we're going to get our resizer. Let's see, where is it? Here it is. And Let's see, I'll throw the poster in here. We'll just get our resizer and we're gonna take some of this down. And this is also when it's really good that we have UPS, because the UPS ground rates versus ground advantage are like ridiculously cheap. Ground advantage is very ground advantage and priority penalize you big time for length, and UPS cares about the size just like ground advantage does as far as dimensional weight goes, but they don't penalize you for weight. Not weight. They don't penalize you for length nearly as harshly as ground advantage. USPS does not want the long packages. They do not. Okay, and we have some nice scrap that we end up getting from these boxes too. Okay, so the next issue we have to figure out is we have to cut some of this off. And you know what? I'm going to eyeball it this time. Let's see how good I can eyeball it. About right here, maybe. Let's see if I took off enough material. I might be close. Oh yeah, that's good and that's good. Okay, and what I've also done before is I'll take a couple of these pieces and I'll go ahead and do it. And I'll just trim them. Kind of put them in the bottom. A little bit of extra stiffener, I guess. I'll do it one more time. Okay, almost fell right into place. Okay. Right. Oh, I need my paper. I do have another roll. I wish I had my white paper because it's a little more pliable, but this will work. Just got to be careful that I don't crush the poster. Okay. Go. Thank you card. Do these reach? If these reach each other in the middle, let's see. I'm not sure if they will or not. Not quite. Yeah, it's fine. I'll do it like that because I think it makes it. Yeah, I'm okay with that. Okay. All right. As a matter of fact, most people that bought the posters and left feedback on eBay mentioned how well the poster was protected and packed. So I think this method is really good. I've only had one poster ever get damaged in shipping, and that's been a little while now, but it was when I was using back before USPS charged so much money for the long packages. They had I used one of their triangle tubes. That's done, by the way. I used one of their triangle tubes, and those things are not very strong. The poster got crushed. This one, not getting crushed. Okay, we have a few records that are going out today. This is a Taj Mahal, and I do use a little bubble wrap on these too. Usually, a lot of times it's just to make sure the record doesn't fall out. And I know some people, and look, I'm just going to say this because make sure y'all know what other people think too. Sometimes, even if I don't do it the same way. I am going to cut off a little bit here. I'm just going to put a little bit of a stiffener piece with some scrap board here. Some people, a lot of people actually say that you should take the sleeve out with the record in it and pack it kind of like, there we go. And pack it, don't pack the record inside of the jacket. I don't do that. I never have. I just don't see, I don't know. I'm not going to say anything else about that because I am not an expert on this. But I have shipped, I don't know, over the years, probably like 100 records or so. And, yeah, I don't remember ever having, like, I don't think I've ever had an issue with this before. So I don't do that. I don't know. It just doesn't make sense to me. But the idea though is that they say I guess the record being able to shift back and forth can cause wear to the jacket or something. I think that's what the idea is. So I just want to let y'all know what some people believe. And there's probably going to be some people in the comments here that'll make that comment. So look in the comments down below. I haven't had a problem packing them like this. I'm gonna go ahead and put another piece of tape here. This is a vinyl mailer that we bought from the Boxery, by the way. Okay, we're packing this. I don't know. I don't even know what this Megasoft or something. I'm not sure. Can't exactly. Mega S. I can't. I'm trying to read that. It doesn't really matter, does it? Okay, we're just going to go ahead and bubble wrap it real quick. We're going to use a 10/8/6. I don't even need that second piece of bubble wrap. I'll save it for later. 10/8/6. I was going to go 12/10/4, but I don't need it. I decided the 10/8/6 would be a better option. Okay, we're just going to do a quick resize on it. Okay. Oh, saw a cool post in the reseller water cooler Facebook group, which note to editor, which is me, if there isn't a link to that group in these videos already, you need to add one, editor. So anyways, someone made a post that I think they were inspired by the last video, I'm gonna pack it video last week, and they wanted a box resizer. So instead of buying one, I still don't know if they designed it or if they just found a file for it, like on Thingiverse or something, where people upload their 3D files. But yeah, they printed a friggin' box resizer. How cool is that thing? And obviously the metal ones are better, but that thing looks like it probably works. Okay, that one's done. Okay, we sold this fishing map. This was awesome sale. So we paid like $1 or $2 for this map. And we got some other maps too, that same time. Took a little while to sell. Probably just waiting on spring to get here. But we're going to use one of these vinyl mailers again. Because if you go on this last one and you're shipping something that's flat, this actually works out pretty good. Vinyl mailers are good to keep around. Like even if we're not currently like selling vinyl, I still find I find uses for these occasionally. Like those pinup calendars. If you watch the Shed Flips channel, we've got a bunch of pinup calendars. They're good a lot of times in these. Just anything flat. This, and that's a wrap. Guess what? We're going to use I don't think I've used this many vinyl mailers in a long time. And obviously, one of it was for vinyl, but using 2 vinyl mailers for non-vinyl this morning. Okay. So this is a phone book that we picked up for 25 cents. I bought it while Candace was waiting in line to check out. And I was in the area at an estate sale. And I was in the area where the checkout was. And they had a bookcase with some phone books. They had some other books like that too. Like some old MLS, like real estate books or something. About properties that were for sale or something like that. And I bought all that for 25 cents a whack, and I think we've sold like 3 or 4 pieces of that now for pretty good money. That one's done. Okay, we've got a Micro Machines vintage, I think 80s. Might say it in the title. Our last buy, we had 4 Micro Machines. I think Candace, they ended up being like pretty desirable. Candace listed two of the packs for 100 each, and then 2 of the packs for 50 each. Paper in here, but I'm not trying to squish the card. Just want to kind of immobilize things. And if the box does happen to get struck really hard on top or bottom, there's enough room in there to where the product should be fine. This is an EIS, eBay International Shipping order, and that's done. Okay, we have some cool Robotech pieces we're going to pack now. I have this other piece of bubble wrap from earlier. 1, 2, 3, and then I'll grab a couple for the carded figure. And I think these are, I know these are Japanese boxes, I believe. And we're going to use a 12-12-12 to pack these. It's going to be resized. I don't have... If it was just this, I might do a 12-10-4. But with the carded figure, it just puts it over the top a little bit for the height that I want to put in a 12-10-4. So we're going to go with a 12-12-12. Okay, I'm trying to get this angle right. I may end up changing the way I film these eventually. Maybe I'll get a stationary camera instead of wearing a chest thing. That might be a good idea, actually. Okay. So right now, yeah, it's going to fit in there great. I just need to size it up. I don't even see how do I even pack without one of these? I don't even know. Man, that would suck. That would, man, if you took my box resizers away, that would be useless. I rely on these a lot. Thing is, I didn't always have them. What was I doing? I don't even remember what it was like before I was doing that. Okay. I bet my packing wasn't, let's see, what do I have here? I'm going to use all this cardboard. So I'm going to cut off, let me change this blade out, it got dull on me. I'm going to cut off 2 of the flaps. Take these guys out. We're going to bake the flaps into the bottom. Okay. It's the last of that paper roll. That's some packs we're about to make in a minute. Ugh. Man, these paper rolls are heavy. Put a little bit in the bottom. Okay, and then take one piece, kind of nestle it in there. Especially on something light like this. I like doing that one piece and then dropping it in. That kind of gets it on the sides. And something lightweight, that's enough. So I don't have to stuff all around the edges. That gets the job done just fine. Okay, we have a pretty high value order here. 3 of these Transformers cars. I'm going to do this. Let me see. I think I want to do the, will it reach this way? Yeah, it reaches great that way. That's how I want to do it. I can go ahead and wrap each one of these up. They are also all wrapped previous owner. They didn't come in this plastic, but he did a really good job of wrapping these in that plastic. At least Candace didn't think they did anyways. And I think I agree with her because like this is, yeah, I don't think that's factory. And I think one of those 12-12-12s is going to do the job here. Okay, one more time. 1, 2, 3. Gonna have to keep a close eye on bubble wrap levels, because I think we're going to be using a ton of bubble wrap with this latest buy. Not only packing, but listing, because a lot of times Candace will pre-wrap and bubble wrap prior to putting on the shelf. Okay, so we've got our cars there, and I'm going to go with I think I'm going to go with a 16, 12, 10. I was going to go a different method, and I changed my mind a couple of times. This is the one I'm finally landing on. I think this should be good. I'm going to use some extra scrap that I made with my other idea for packing it. Let me see how these fit in here. They don't fit that way. No, they won't fit that way. A little too tight. And really, you know what? This is kind of what they need right here. High value order. Okay, let's be smart. High value order. I'm going to go ahead and be careful not to cut the boxes, of course. Take this one out. Okay, I'm going to cut those off. Take all the boxes out. I have a plan here. Okay, what I want is I want double wall most of the way. So I'm going to grab another 16, 12, 10. Okay. I'm not willing to take any chances on this pack. Okay, I'm going to cut these off. Or am I? Yeah, I am. I'm going to bake probably a lot of this cardboard back into the pack. But I've got to make sure I pack this well. Okay, here we go. And what you get whenever you do this is you get a lot of double wall on the sides. Gotta kind of tuck it in there. Get this last corner on here, and then we can push it down. I don't know how good this camera work is. I don't think it can be very good though. Okay, now let me see how much I want to push it down. Okay, I like this so much better. Okay, this is great. All right, and so I'm not worried about the sides at all because we've got double wall just about all the way. But what I am going to do, I'm going to bake 2 flaps into the bottom. Okay, now I got it. Kind of going round and round with myself trying to plan out how I was going to pack this. I didn't anticipate this being challenging at all. If it was 2 of them, it wouldn't have been. Okay, so I got that. Now I can place these guys in here. Like that. That. put the windows facing each other to the inside. Okay, there we go. Now I'm digging it. I pack everything well, I think, but whenever something is a little more valuable, it's just a fact there's more liability on our end. So definitely pay attention to more valuable packs. Now I'm happy with this one. I wasn't happy with how I was going to do it before. Okay. All right. Just a little more paper on top. One more piece. I'm not trying to go like stupid tight or anything because I don't want to crush the boxes. And then we put our final line of defense right here. Let's put a little piece of tape right there. Okay. Now we gotta do the thank you card. Okay. And now we just need to close it up. And tape it up. Oh yeah. I can already feel the strength. Okay, I like it. Okay, this is an order that has a couple of vinyl and an Italiana on it. This is not a good candidate for one of those vinyl mailers. It's just too much stuff. So I'm gonna actually pack this one a little different. Gonna just bubble wrap it, and then we're gonna drop it into a big box. Y'all see in a minute. And we're gonna do this, we're gonna repeat this pack again because we have another one that is kind of similar. And y'all won't be able to see for a minute here. Well, I can kind of fold it down here, I guess. Here we go. This is a 16 cube. You know what? I've done this before, and there's something I need to do differently because the resizer, I'm gonna have to resize this before I close it at all. I need about, how much room do I need here? About this much room. Is that too much? That looks like too much room. Yeah, I don't need quite that much. That's probably good right there. I need about this much room in the box, and if I close the box first, I won't be able to resize it. Not with that tool anyway. So before I close the bottom, I'm going to resize it from the bottom to get that thickness. Okay, there we go. But we're not going to close on those lines. We're going to close on the normal lines, like so, which y'all can't see right now. Okay, let's go put one piece of tape, then I can flip it over and we can take a look. All right, here we go. So now we need to trim all this stuff up. And what I was referring to with the box resizer simply cannot look. If I adjusted it all the way up here, I'd probably be about right here, and I wouldn't have been able to resize it down to where I wanted to. And I found that out by doing it like that once, and I was like, oh, that ain't gonna work. Okay. Go. And we're gonna save 2 flaps to use for another pack, and we're gonna use 2 of these flaps in the bottom of this box. Okay. So we have another multiple vinyl order, and a lot of this vinyl is, especially when I get more than one, if you have the regular old thin single LPs, you can fit 2, 3, maybe even up to like 4 in one of those vinyl mailers that I normally use. But when they get, like, you have the 180 gram and do like 2 LP albums and stuff, that becomes less doable. Just gets really thick. There, fold this back. You can kind of see what's going on here. Stuff around it. Lots of it was a really good sales day yesterday. Okay, go. Thank you card. And this is going to be super strong. Okay. Be fitting a $100 order. This is a fairly, I'm not challenging anybody, but this is a fairly bulletproof way to pack the vinyl whenever I want to make it really good. I can use these 16 cubes. I've done it a few times already when I've had vinyl orders that were in excess of $100. Okay, there we go. That's solid. I like that. Okay, guess what? We have another multiple vinyl order here, and we're going to handle it the same way as last time. Same exact thing. Oh, I need to fold these down. Okay. That actually worked really good last time. We have 4 records going out. And depending on how thick they are, I'll start doing this at probably 3 records. 2 records, I'd probably still just go ahead and use the vinyl mailers. Okay. No, don't cut that. It's about to make a mistake. Okay. So get this closed up, then y'all will be able to see again in a second. This has been it was a good day to film a packing video. I have some days where packing is just like super easy. There's nothing interesting going on, but this is not one of those. Actually doing some interesting and somewhat janky, maybe, I don't know. But ultimately, I think all this stuff is getting packed really well. Put these off again. Bake 2 of them in. And by the way, I'm very happy that this vinyl is selling so well too. And pretty nice. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. These are all in. They're all pre-owned. You know what? That's not the best one to have on top. Not all these covers are pretty raunchy. They're all pre-owned, but they're also all in their shrink still. So I'm just gonna wrap them all together like this. Yeah, I think I've got about 20 more. Whoops. Got about 20 more records. I tore it right there. That's all right. I'm gonna tape it. I got about 20 more records to list. And they're selling so well, they're not going to have to store them. We'll probably be down to just 1 vinyl box again really quickly. Okay. Fix this thing back up now. Okay. Alrighty. Kind of stinks that happened, but no big deal. I mean, I can put a little tape on these. It doesn't even matter. I mean, by the time I close everything up, I don't even feel like this is going to be an issue anymore. But I'll go ahead and do it. Going through the motions. I don't think it mattered. Oh, I do need to tape up those other seams on the bottom. Also, I need to check the one I already packed and see if I taped that seam there. I may not have. Okay, this one's done. Oh, and it's sturdy. Okay, just a couple more things. Sold some pantyhose. This is a Macari order. You don't see me do this very often. Doing it this time, though. I can appreciate a pack like that after a pretty strenuous packing day. Okay, one more. This is an Etsy order for these egg coddlers. And this gives me an opportunity to use a little method shipping hack that I picked up. So first I'm going to bubble wrap those guys. Whenever I resize, I meant to pull off 2 here and I didn't. But it'll work. Here we go. So whenever I resize a 12-12-12 box and I end up cutting off flaps, I save those flaps and I use them constantly. Well, the flaps are like this, right? And it turns out that those 12-12-12 flaps are awesome for this strategy right here. Just kind of put a fold on it. And shove it down in there. This works great for Funko Pops. This makes this box like not twice as strong, but I don't know, like maybe 5 times stronger. Ordinarily, I wouldn't pack something quite that tight, but doing this, I feel quite comfortable doing it like that, because I wish I could let y'all see what this box feels like after I get done. But it's like it's so strong. I don't even know what to say. It's very, very strong. Just because of the way that those flaps fit. It strengthens every side of the box, including these sides. So, yeah, that is done. And that is it for this one. Thanks a bunch for watching, everyone. And I will see y'all again next week. Bye, y'all.